What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic one time for the one time back. I went live on this subject, so you want to go to Facebook and see me going live on this subject as well. The boxing clinic Facebook and the boxing clinic Instagram 313. I promise I'm gonna start working on that pretty soon. Start building that brand on there, and I'm gonna do Twitter once I get that up and running a little bit more. But you know, remember yesterday if you watched my video, the last video I did last night about Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. I said the alternative to that fight was Kamegai versus Cotto. Now keep that in mind. A lot of people didn't even know Kamegai and Cotto was August 26th. Nobody gave a fuck about that fight. Nobody gave a fuck about Miguel Cotto for the last couple years. He's been acting like a bitch. He's been crying. Him and Freddie Wilson, they really beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't give a shit. Honestly, I don't give two fucks in a damn about it. But all of a sudden, you know, he leaves Rock Nation. You know, he signs with Golden Boy. Now I'm gonna tell you the trip thing about this. Golden Boy promised him a title shot. You know, if he signed with him, basically that's what it is. Then they promised him a Miguel Cotto, a Canelo Alvarez fight on the back end, or perhaps a David Lemieux fight if he wants it. You know, on the back end, you know, a rematch. So he signs with them. But remember, he was with Golden Boy after he left Top Rank and was mad and said they should have gave him the win over Austin Trout, making the conspiracy theories, you know, not so much of a conspiracy no more. You know, that's the truth shit. And everybody overlooked that shit. But if a guy like Floyd said it, or a guy like Water said some shit like that, everybody would have ate it up, and the media would have ate it up. But at the end of the day, he left them because he felt like they should have tipped the card, the hand, you know, the card in his favor over the Austin Trout fight. You got beat, move on. So he left them, started doing his own thing. Nice Sound Rock Nation didn't work out, couldn't lock a fight in, because at the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck about him. You know, he held the middleweight champion. He ran from Triple G, and his fans defended him. Oh, he don't need to fight Triple G. You know, he's a future Hall of Famer, a 4-division world champion. They started naming off his motherfucker credentials, telling him why he need to fight Triple G. He paying Triple G side money. Triple G asked for more side money. He dropped the belt before the Canelo fight. You feel what I'm saying? So then Canelo got the bulls out on his target. At least Canelo had the balls to fight him. But if you're gonna fight for the middleweight champion, why not fight the guy that's your mandatory and stop putting him off? But they gave him a pass on that. But those same people want Floyd Mayweather to jump up from 147 to 154 pounds to jump up to fight Triple G and sees no problem with it. See the double standard there? We all know those group of guys. But the important thing about this is this: they have an alternative to Kamegai and Cotto, and then once they realize that, oh, I'm not supporting the Mayweather fight, he took my money once too many times, I'm going to watch Cotto with Kamegai. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck about Cotto and Kamegai for these reasons we're here? Miguel Cotto has done nothing, or Kamegai has done nothing to deserve a world title shot. Nothing. Kamegai, didn't he lose to fucking Robert Guerrero, tie with him? And you deserve a title shot at 154 pounds. And Cotto, what have you been doing? Absolutely shit. But sitting there trying to fight James Kirkland, trying to fight these low-level guys. You're not trying to mix it up with any no real vets at 154 pounds. And tell him, like, all right, Cotto, you can get the WBO title shot, but it got to be versus Andrade. It got to be versus Lur. It got to be versus her. It got to be versus Trout. It got to be versus, you know, anybody in that nature. Del Roche. Got to be versus Lubin. You think he would have took that fight? Absolutely not. Oh, no, I don't want to win a title fight. He been acting like a bitch. He used to fight any and everybody, but now he at this stage of his career, they have him like a pussy. So you think I'm about to support that fight or give it a view, a stream, or anything? Absolutely not. There's other fighters there that has put in the work to get the world title shot more than Kamegai and more than Miguel Cotto. And Miguel Cotto doesn't want to pass that torch, but these same people defend Miguel Cotto and torch other fighters, though. And torch them. At least Pacquiao's fighting his mandatory Jeff Horn in a big fight in Australia. That's the biggest fight boxing, you know, match in Australian history. What does Miguel Cotto do? Taking up a TV slot that could be Terrence Crawford's, you know, but they don't want to put Terrence Crawford on because Miguel Cotto's a big name. But nobody give a fuck about Miguel Cotto no more. Period. He's past tense. If he wants to be and compete, go out there and fight Laura Andrade. But he don't want to do that because he's a bitch. Real shit. But you talk about Mayweather and McGregor. I'm not supporting that fight. I'm not saying even go buy it because I'm not paying for no boxing. You know? And it's not the sure thing. You know, we don't have to pay for the Super Bowl, NBA Finals, NHL Finals, Soccer Cup. None of that shit. You don't have to pay for none of that. But boxing, to see its premier product, you have to pay $60, $70, $80 for it? Absolutely not. So I'm not telling you to go out there and buy it. Stream the bitch for all I care. I don't care. But all of a sudden, if all these people saying, no, you're not getting my money this time. It's a money grab. Okay, but where was the people that was at bat for James Toney when he went in the octagon, you know? With no experience. A lot of people still watch that shit and still watch, you know, it on YouTube or watch whatever you can see the fight at. So let's keep it funky though. It's an event. It's a day that boxing should shine, where Mayweather outshines McGregor and put the MMA fans in this place, which is it's usually real beef between MMA fans and a boxing fan. So it's a day for you to gloat. But at the end of the day, you telling me that, you know, it's wrong for Mayweather to go in that fight and make north of $100 million versus Conor McGregor. For what? What's wrong about that? Honestly, tell me what's wrong about that. It's people out here, especially people watching on the other side of the screen, that do a lot more for a lot less money. You know what I'm saying? And everybody talking, it's a joke of a fight, you shunning in and shit. You know, but at the same time, you look at Golden Boy though. You supporting their cards, and they calling Al Hammond a black Hitler. They calling black people niggas. You know, and even Abner Mara said he didn't feel the love. He was promoted right. Eric, I think it's Eric Hunter out of Philadelphia, said he heard the N-word, you know, thrown around there loosely, and that they didn't promote and treat black fighters the same way they treated their Mexican counterparts. So at the end of the day, why would I support a company like that? Why would I give them a dime? Why would I give a fuck about Canelo? I like Canelo as a kid, but why would I give a fuck about their promotional company? I hope the bitch sink. I'm not supporting that shit. But if it was Floyd Mayweather and TMT or Mother Mayweather Promotion, whatever the fuck they call themselves, and they come out here and say fuck all these crackers and these wetbacks and all this shit, y'all motherfuckers would be up on, I'm never supporting another Mayweather card. I'm not doing this. I'm taking my money elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's what's wrong with Americans. They don't support shit. You know, they don't support none of their own. You see, it's a nice people that's gonna watch that Cotto fight. And I'm not mad at you. I'm not telling you not to watch the shit. But it's hypocrisy, and that's all the boxing fans is. And these boxing groups is hypocrisy. They yeah, you know, it's good. You know, I hate Mayweather because he's doing this. You know, he's doing that. But if it was Canelo and there was McGregor, oh yeah, Viva Canelo! I didn't even know. And they would have jumping on Canelo dick. So just look at that real quick. Just look at these motherfuckers. Screenshot these motherfuckers. See what they say. And then when it's they boy in a similar position, posted up there and watch they start choking up and shit. That's why I say, man, I stay low key, man. I stay talking boxing to niggas who know boxing. Motherfuckers know who inbox me on boxing and just want to kick it and inbox me or face chat. Sometimes we just have real nigga conversations over the phone about boxing. That's real shit. You know, I don't fuck with no cornballs in the boxing world. Real shit, no more. These niggas with these hidden agendas and this low racial tone shit, and they act like, it's not racist, it's this, it's that. They turn the blind look. Same motherfucker, same shit. Same shit. Probably same motherfuckers who bashing Trump on the internet, but fucking around and voted for his ass. So I don't be trusting none of these cornballs niggas in this boxing shit, unless the niggas I know that's thorough. But you know how it is, how they is. They hate us, but they want to be us. We gone.